Instead of becoming tolerant, ironically, this wokeism and this what we call the woke mind virus that is rapidly spreading, nagiging intolerant yung mga tao. Instead of para encouraging debate, no, or thinking critically.
Wokeism promotes conformity on the things that others may want you to think.
Yan ang ginagawa ngayon sa social media. The fact-checking mechanism is actually cancel culture.
Have an idea and it goes against their idea, shoot down agad. And then they just brand you as someone who is like completely negative without, wait a minute, kilalanin muna natin. Where is this coming from? What's the background?
Tumataas ang robbery and murder sa Pilipinas. Tapos may magsasabi na public official, hindi po tumataas yan. Fake news po yan. No, they use another excuse, no, the convenient excuse of fake news to deflect personal accountability and responsibility.
So the woke culture takes on the victim mentality and says, ako yung kawawa, ako yung victim, ako yung dehado, I'm the one who was wrong, kayo yung mali. Versus the growth mentality where, yes, nothing is perfect, but the only thing I can really control is what I do about the situation. And this is an opportunity for me to better myself.
We want to discuss today a world issue, no? It's called the wokeism or the woke mind. Right now, may discussion about the woke mind virus, no? It is described to be the rapid spread of progressive ideologies centered on social justice, identity politics, and systemic inequality. Itong woke mind na to, hindi siya masyadong ginagamit dito sa Pilipinas. But that's why it's good to discuss it. The term woke originally comes from African American vernacular English, where it meant staying aware of social and racial injustices, as in stay woke. Now, over time, especially in the 2010s, its meaning has shifted. While it once signified a positive awareness of societal issues, critics now use woke and woke mind virus pejoratively to suggest an excessive or performative focus on these topics. Dito tayo nagkakaproblema, no? Yung political correctness, cancel culture, and ideological conformity, a perceived intolerance for disagreement where dissent is discouraged or punished. Sa Amerika, malawak yan eh. Sa Pilipinas, since we usually pattern our culture and lifestyle with our Western quote-unquote colonial influencers, no, ayoko na sabihin masters, who influenced our culture, nagagaya na natin slowly eh. So we want to relate this wokeism or woke mind ideology dito sa Pilipinas. What do you think, Patrick, yung naging experience natin dito?
Baka ma-cancel tayo nito. No, yeah. Yeah, I think yung tingin ko naman kasi sa woke culture, no, it's not inherently wrong. I mean, there are some parts of it that are right, and in some parts I think hindi naman majority pero a significant portion may overlaps naman talaga with the left and the right, no. Yung I think the one thing for me lang personally that I have a hard time kind of connecting with is yun nga yung sinabi mo, Dexter, yung intolerance na once you don't agree, all of a sudden you're labeled as the antagonist, and there's no redemption, there's no civil discourse anymore. All of a sudden wala. You're branded already as the enemy, and there's no room for kind of
Debate.
debate, 'di ba? And civil discourse, trying to figure out, wait a minute, where are what's the pros and cons? Where can we apply this? Where can we apply that? Yun yung I think for me personally, yun yung part na I have a hard time kind of like embracing with wokeism, and it removes the chance to really draw out the truth, 'di ba?
Mm.
'Di ba, like what's the best way for us to really find out what's good for society, what's true for us as human beings. It's putting things on the table and talking about it. And I think like that's something that's very missing at a fundamental level with like the woke culture.
Yeah, I agree with Patrick, no? If wokeism is put to the extreme, I think it lacks logic. So instead of having a hearty and courageous discussion,
Mm.
wokeism promotes conformity on the
Mm.
things that others may want you to think. So parang ano na lang parang uy, dahil this is politically correct, don't challenge it anymore. Parang nasa na yung discourse, diba? Parang it also lacks sincerity and psychological safety. So, syempre kailangan yung psychological safety for us to discuss critical matters or sensitive matters. So, yun. So, parang yun yung downside ng wokeism.
Ang nangyayari is hindi na tayo nagkakaroon ng debate about certain things. So once it's considered that this is the politically correct term to use, no, yun na yun. You cannot question it. No? Right now ngayong generation natin, early in our siguro 2010s siguro nangyari to. Meron na tayong trigger warnings. Dati walang ganun, 'di ba? Safe spaces. Bakit tayo magkakaroon ng trigger warnings? 'Di ba? Bakit? Who do we need to protect? No, our feelings? Again,
Saka,
we yeah.
saka who will be the judge of the political correctness kung walang discussion na nangyayari, diba? Parang sino ba tong nag-decision for us? Na this is politically correct or this is politically incorrect. Eh, what if for me, this is my political correctness, iba rin yung political correctness ng iba. So, alam mo yon.
Yeah.
Uh, so, sila ba masusunod? Ako o paano ba yon, di ba?
Yeah. And I think also, I mean, there's a very fundamental contradiction kasi with like the woke culture because it preaches inclusion and diversity,
Mm,
pero kapag merong idea that's diverse,
ironic.
eh, hindi pwede, 'di ba? All of a sudden,
Mm,
that's where the cancel culture comes in, the labeling, the brandishing,
Mm.
the personal attacks. So, yeah, I mean, obviously there's a very big disconnect there, and that's normally something na yun, I mean, once you point that out, all of a sudden the victim, they cry foul na parang oy, we're the victim here, wag ganun. Pero when they're doing it to others, okay lang.
yeah, totoo 'yan. No, that's a problem, no? Kaya nga right now you cannot even question kung bakit yun nangyayari sa US ngayon, you cannot even question what is the cause of autism. And then when you say the cause of autism might be the vaccines, no, that were given to the children, they will label you as a conspiracy theorist. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. Instead of just, okay, let's test it. Baka yung vaccines nga na binibigay sa mga bata ay may contribution sa paglaganap ng autism. Hindi eh. They will label you as a fake news peddler, a conspiracy theorist. Yan ang ginagawa ngayon sa social media. The fact-checking mechanism is actually cancel culture. They are
Mm.
just disguising themselves. 'Di ba? Yung parang, ay hindi, mali. It's just not politically correct or it's not false per se. It's just an opposing view, but yung mga nasa loob, the people inside, for example, Facebook, they will be the one, those who were assigned to determine whether or not they will censor you, or they will, allow you to provide your views in public.
Right, right. Yeah, I think like, 'di ba? I mean, there are good sides to social media being a place to expose. Which
Mm,
nakita natin yun with the issues of the NAIA, for example, na lumalabas yung issue ng mga laglag bala, yung may
mm.
bago naman yung punit passport. I don't know if nakita niyo yun. So,
Oo.
'di ba? So like those kinds of things. Well, I mean, I'm grateful na merong social media ngayon that those things can be brought to light. Pero I think that the danger kasi of putting that kind of platform, that kind of power, and then putting kasi cancel culture in the mix is hindi pa nga verified. We haven't dug deep and said, okay, wait a minute, let's check first if this is a credible source, or if this is actually something that merits investigation. Hindi pa nangyayari yun,
Mm.
cancel na agad. So, there are good sides to it, especially if talagang may may injustice talaga nangyayari and it's exposed in uh, in social media. Pero meron ding mga cases na it can also backfire, like I was mentioning before we started recording, no, yung Grab driver who was
Yeah.
uh, uh, sinabi ng ng isang passenger niya na he was sexually harassing her kasi naririnig niya daw that he was making moaning sound. So kala niya daw the guy was masturbating while driving. And then the driver was removed from Grab. As in talagang without So siguro Grab also at the same time didn't want the negative
Yeah.
Backlash.
publicity. So yeah, so they just removed him. And then later on, the story came out na hindi naman pala. The sounds actually was because of a medical condition that the guy had. So
Yeah.
just the way that he sounded when he was breathing. So alam mo,
Mm.
the damage has been done. The guy lost his job. I don't know, baka binalik, pero for several days he lost revenue, he lost income.
Yeah.
So, if we're quick to judge, we're quick. Yun nga parang going back to the idea na gusto ng woke culture, don't judge me. Wag maging judgmental. Pero when you don't agree with them, they're also very quick to judge na yan kasi ganito yung mali sa inyo, ganyan.
Uh,
And then so I think it at its core it's very immature if you really think about it. It's emotionally charged, and I don't think it's helpful at all to society and even to the people who take on the that kind of mentality kasi it also destroys their life, it destroys their relationships. All of a sudden nagbo-burn ka ng bridges, you don't have uh, network anymore because cancel mo yan, wag kang lumapit diyan. Pero 'di ba? I mean, like it's no one, it's really a lose-lose situation. Everyone loses with that kind of mindset. In if that were the behavior, the cancel culture.
Yeah, when it's taken to the extreme, Patrick, yung wokeism na yan. Eh, sabi nga natin kanina, it's not per se wrong, no, to be socially aware about inequalities in our community in the world. Pero when you take it to the extreme, that's converting or transforming our society into weak people who are always being hurt or become victims. No, it destroys the strength of a society. Hindi tayo nagiging mas malakas, no? Nagiging tayong para mga lahat victims, no? May sinabi ka, so na-hurt ako, ayoko yung sinabi mo, ka-cancel kita, o dedemanda kita, or re-report kita if you are in social media, may sinabi ka or parang may pinalabas tayo na sensitive, na parang outside of the norm. No, you can easily be quote unquote fact checked or censored, no, in social media. Prevalent pa rin ito sa Facebook. Makikita natin these are just opposing views. But why did you mass report them? Bakit? Dahil hindi siya nagko-conform sa ideology or sa political views mo or even sa religious beliefs mo? Instead of becoming tolerant, ironically, this wokeism and this what we call the woke mind virus that is rapidly spreading, nagiging intolerant yung mga tao.
Yeah.
Instead of para encouraging debate, no, or thinking critically, hindi tayo kabaliktaran yung nangyayari. So pababa talaga.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I think in at its core, no, the woke ideology and its opposite, which is ano ba yung tamang term for the opposite of woke? The unwoke,
Um,
the asleep.
Actually, ang ganda ng term na woke, it's like enlightened. I was thinking,
Yeah.
ano, nung first time ko na encounter yung woke na term, I thought it was an enlightened person, awake. Kabaliktaran ang
Mm.
definition ng woke. Ayan.
Yeah.
It's not
Kasi
enlightened.
I mean, it's very rooted in trauma din kasi, 'di ba? Like I think what really pushed the wokeism was the racial discrimination din that's happening in the states, which yun nga, I mean, like that's another topic for a different day. Is there really discrimination? Is it really as bad as people say it is?
Mhm.
But I mean, of course, like if you're talking like a few hundred years ago, then of course, for sure, 'di ba? And tayo din as a country, the
Yeah.
Philippines, no. We were colonized by Spain. Then later on, we were Japan also took control of the country, and then later on the United States. So it's very
Mhm.
deep on those traumatic experiences, I think. Like if you look at the the things that people in the with the woke culture or woke ideology really go against. I mean, again, like fundamentally it's a response to a traumatic event, whether it's
Yeah.
discrimination or ano.
Mhm.
Pero I think the question that we need to start asking is is this the right approach? Is this the right way to attack the issue? Like I think and talagang ito makakancel talaga tayo nito.
Ah.
The ex I, kasi I'm from, 'di ba? I went to school in UP. Did not
Mm.
finish, but I went to school in UP. And syempre, yung talagang branding ng UP is yung mga activists, 'di ba? Which like ako, I went to school in UP Visayas. Their population isn't really as high. Pero syempre kasi maingay eh. They're on the streets, and like you look at that and it's really a throwback to the 1984, the when people power came about, which it had its
Yeah.
merits then. But like one thing that I always really thought about, and again, this is just me, I'm not saying that,
Mm.
because I have friends then who are activists and it works for them, 'di ba? And yung iba sa kanila actually, they're very accepting naman eh when they tell you, uy, kailangan talagang mag-ingay tayo nito, mag-post tayo ng ganyan. Tapos I tell them, no, I don't want to get involved in that. And they respect naman. And they say na, okay, no problem. I understand that you have your own way of solving issues. Pero meron talagang iba na, ay, kung hindi ka mag-rise up, then you're not a citizen of the Philippines. You don't
You're
care.
part of
Yeah.
the problem, sabihin
Oo,
nila.
Mm.
You're
like,
part of the problem.
there was one time kasi na, na,
They will corner you, ostracize,
oo,
embarrass.
totoo, as in, talagang nangyari sa akin na last election, or basta last election, I decided to abstain from voting for the reason na parang I did not like the noise anymore and
Mm.
the unity that was happening. So like in one of the forums I was part of, which is like a local forum in Iloilo City. Parang it's called Adulting Iloilo. So I was given like a moderator seat there na kasi the admin said, "Uy, ang ganda ng ideas mo. People like to listen to your ideas." So there was one post na talagang napatanong like, who are you gonna be voting for? And then I put my 2 cents in. Sabi ko, actually, this is just me. I'm not saying that anyone and everyone should do it. But I decided to abstain this election. So I'm apolitical right now because of these reasons. Biglang all of a sudden, I just left the computer for like 5-10 minutes. When I got back, I kid you not, like a thread of messages and comments telling me that I did not deserve to be a Filipino. Alam mo yun, parang you're ano, it's because yung word privileged kasi privileged ka, so it only takes people staying quiet. Wait, I'm not saying I'm staying quiet. I'm just saying I'm not voting. Pero yung nga, like that I think was like so what basically happened there is I just told the administrator I'm leaving. I don't want to be a part of this. So I left that group. And yeah, but like I think that's a good example sometimes of yun nga, parang if you have an idea and it goes against their idea, shoot down agad. And then they just brand you as someone who is like completely negative without, wait a minute, kilalanin muna natin. Where is this coming from? What's the background? So yun, I think like that's one thing that can cause more problems than create more solutions.
I think no, yung for the woke culture, pinopromote niya yung victim mindset. So,
Yeah.
everyone is thinking how to become a victim instead of thinking how not to be one.
Mm.
So, shit, anong nangyari dito? Paano ba ako maging biktima? Parang ako yung nakakaawa, ako yung empathize sa mga tao. Parang we are uh, so engrossed sa pagkuha ng simpatya ng tao. Lalo na ngayon, every video na lang kino-content. For example, yung very recent lang, no, yung nagit-git sa Rizal, yung yung mag-ama, hindi dapat mamamatay yung tatay dun eh. Kasi yung anak niya, feeling niya nagit-git siya. Uy, pwedeng i-content. So, rinadyo niya yung dad niya, no? Dad, may kumikit-kit sa Fortuner. Ayun, so, syempre, madami sila, no, inabol nila. So, nabugbog yung Fortuner driver. Kahit siguro ayaw ng Fortuner driver na barilin niya yung mga nakaaway niya, eh, nawalan siya ng choice kasi he was pushed in a corner din. Kasi kung balak niya talagang barilin yun, right there and then, bitbit na niya yung baril niya eh. In that case, hindi pa naman. So, nung ayaw nila magsitigil, saka lang siya kumuha ng baril. He even accidentally shot his wife, no? So,
Mm.
ano rin, yung karma din mabilis. Pero yun, kung wala tayong victim mindset, buhay pa yung tatay nung rider.
Mhm.
Sayang. Sayang actually.
Yeah.
Yep. Yun nga yung napapalitan with the woke mind virus na tinatawag, yung personal responsibility. We always parang default na tayo yung nasaktan, tayo yung naging biktima instead of taking personal responsibility of what happens to us. Lagi nating sinasabi, kasi babae ako, kasi Asian ako or itim ako kaya hindi ako natanggap. Or I wasn't able to achieve this because of my current situation or class in the society. So instead of taking that strong personal responsibility that will trigger you to improve yourself, hindi. Kailangan ang mga tao surrounding me, ang community that surrounds me, the government that governs our community should be the one to improve. Last na ako. Ang wokeism, yan ang kinontribute niya sa society natin. Instead of personal accountability, instead of improvement. Patrick, dati nag-usap tayo, meron kang pinakita sa akin na post. Maybe you can discuss that in
Yeah.
relation to what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that kasi 'di ba yung sinend ko na post sa group chat natin. Uh, yung message nun is not everyone can afford to fail. Parang something like that, no? Pero yung context is yun nga, parang yung lack of privilege, the in a sense na okay, you wanna get ahead, you wanna become successful, pero yung nga, not everyone can afford to fail kasi well, yung iba merong bills na binabayaran or they have dependents and all of this, which you know, I don't wanna, I don't wanna what do you call this again, say that that's wrong kasi totoo naman talaga na merong tao na may privilege and all of that, pero like
Mm.
I always go back to our story, kami ni Ses, no? We started with nothing. Like, literally with nothing. Zero.
Mm.
Kasi, negative pa nga eh. Kasi we were in debt when we got married. And we couldn't afford to fail, per se, but we still found ways to get ahead. And yun nga, parang it goes back to the victim mentality, di ba? Na kasi ito yung problema ng society natin, kasi yung mayaman lang yung nagiging mayaman. I don't believe that kasi like even statistics will tell you that I think like 67%, if I'm not mistaken, of millionaires today are self-made. So they're like money isn't just something that is passed on. Money is also something that you can create for yourself if you look for opportunities, if you I don't want to say work hard kasi it's not just that, no? Pero it has to be a part of it. Dapat madiskarte ka, you have to learn how to ano. Pero kasi like the reason why I brought that up nga sa group chat, kasi it's a good example of victim mentality. I'm not succeeding, therefore it must be someone else's fault. And yes, in some way or another, it is their fault. Wala namang, I mean, we live in a world na that's imperfect eh. Wala namang tao that's really 100% like always has the perfect situation. Kahit mayaman ka, actually, sa totoo lang. Even rich the rich kids also have their disadvantages. They don't know how to delay gratification because everything's given to them on a silver platter. That's also a form of disadvantage on their end. So no one has a situation.
Yep.
Pero if we always default to kasi ito yung problema ng society natin, ito yung problema ng government, ito yung problema ng parents ko, then you're never gonna improve. Versus na wait a minute, yes, I know that there are problems around me, but what can I do about it? I think that's a better like frame of reference. Yun nga, going back to the idea of trauma, no? Meron kasing sinabi na so sorry if I wanna just expound on this, no, kasi I think it's really important to I forget who said this. I think it was either Alex Hormozi or Steven Bartlett. Diary of a CEO or Alex Hormozi. Isang podcast napakinggan ko just this week. Parang it's just back of my mind and I remembered it now. Meron kasing sinabi doon sa podcast na yun na sorry, it's Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel, I was listening to this interview.
Psychology of money.
Psychology of money guy, yeah. He was saying something along the lines of going back to the idea of trauma, no? Victim mentality versus growth mentality. What's the big difference? Victim mentality looks at trauma and says, this is what's wrong with what happened to me and woe is me. Kawawa ako. And I'm never gonna get over this. I'll be traumatized forever. Versus growth mentality that says this is the trauma that happened to me, because again, we all have our own version of trauma. We've all had our own misfortunes. And I'm gonna do something so that this never happens again. So that I can get over this circumstance, this financial problem, itong issue sa business ko. I'll find a way to solve this problem so it will never happen again. That's the growth mindset. So the woke culture takes on the victim mentality and says, ako yung kawawa, ako yung victim, ako yung dehado, I'm the one who was wronged, kayo yung mali. Versus the growth mentality where, yes, nothing is perfect, but the only thing I can really control is what I do about the situation. And this is an opportunity for me to better myself so that I can see a better scenario play out in the short, middle, or even long term.
I think I can connect this with our voters on how we think as voters. Kasi lagi na lang tayong victim of circumstances. So instead of thinking how to get out of this shithole, lagi na lang natin sinasabi na biktima tayo ng ganito eh. Biktima tayo ng mga trapo eh. Pero sino bang bumoboto sa mga trapo? 'Di ba tayo rin naman?
Yung trapo
So,
din.
alam mo 'yun, medyo may pagka-chicken and egg yung pagka-victim eh. You are the result of your own doing. Kumbaga, tayo rin, yung may accountability on kung ano yung nangyayari sa buhay natin. So, yun ang hindi mawala sa atin eh, na lagi tayong biktima. Medyo nagiging ano nga rin eh, nagiging nakakasawa na rin na marinig. Mahirap lang ako. I cannot do anything about it. Parang ganun. Asa na lang ako kay barangay captain. Actually, mas gusto nga nila na dependent tayo sa mga programs, sa mga social programs. That way they can control you eh. They can also manipulate you. Kasi kung umaasa ka sa programs, once na mawala yung program, parang lalo kang kawawa sa sarili mo. Instead of thinking, what can I do for myself to get out of this program? Yung mga tupad, yung mga 4Ps, diba? So, nagiging dependent sila sa mga sa mga programs na naman.
Yep.
So, yun.
Yeah. On the other side naman, itong mga government officials natin, they use that victim mentality when they want to deflect their responsibility as public servants. For example, tumataas ang kriminalidad ng Pilipinas, tumataas ang kidnapping, tumataas ang robbery and murder sa Pilipinas. Tapos may magsasabi na public official, hindi po tumataas yan. Fake news po yan. No, they use another excuse, no, the convenient excuse of fake news to deflect personal accountability and responsibility. So wala silang problema. No, basically they are perfect. Hindi kami ang may mali dito. Ang may mali dito is yung mga nagbabalita sa social media. Even if makikita mo ang actuality na meron talagang mali sa nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Maraming krimen, no, maraming kalokohan, malawak ang korupsyon. No, pero they will say, no, hindi, fake news, and ulit-ulitin nila 'yon. No, so that they will be able to parang, okay, we're exonerated from doing something for our country. No, talagang it's everywhere, and it's becoming a default excuse by a lot of our quote unquote leaders. Ito, gusto kong pakita ito, no, nasa screen natin, yung nangyayari naman sa Amerika, that we can also relate in our educational system. Because sa Amerika ngayon, just like us, but not as very detailed in their instructions. We were able to talk to some young girls from California that they are being taught 5 woke ideologies, no, taught ideologies, because these are things that are before wala naman sa curriculum ng ano ng eskwelahan One is no human is illegal. What does that even mean? Diba? No human is illegal. It's very obscure. Nung mapapatanong ka, ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang ibig lang palang sabihin nun is to is to be tolerant of illegal immigration. Another thing is critical race theory, no, the systemic racism that is woven into our laws, institutions, and culture. Another is gender identity and expression. Number 3. Number 4, environmental justice. And number 5, decolonization. Ito yung parang hating one's identity as a white, for example, the privileged identity because they were considered as responsible for the oppression of blacks. So yan, prevalent yan across schools in America. Ito, they discussed about that situation. So let's listen to it.
Have you seen the data showing the movement of teenage boys politically to the right? Have you been looking at
Well,
this?
where else are they going to go?
It's a good question.
I mean, I had a teenage boy. I still have one, but he's 18 now. And I watched them be pushed farther and farther right by their schools. You suck. All of your instincts are bad. These girls are amazing. Look at you. You're pathetic. Be less masculine and more attractive. You're just barking at them constantly. They're not moving right. They're moving out of your stupid way. You've given them what? Nothing. Nothing. One of my son's friends died recently by his own hand. And I don't know what kind of pressures he was put under. But I watched those kids go through this pressure cooker created by this crazy, parasitized left-wing educational movement. Get away from our sons. Get away from our daughters. Get away from our sons and away from our daughters. It's not left or right. I don't have a Republican bone in my body. Get the crazy people who do not understand human development away from our children.
Yeah, that's the sad state of education ngayon sa United States. I have a friend here na yung wife is from the Philippines. Kasi yung husband is from the US talaga. They decided to move back to the Philippines just because of itong issue na to. Kasi yung mga anak nila, yung exposure. So it's very sad. It's very sad what's happening with the education in the US now. And I think honestly, it's just a matter of time until the Philippine education system will start to follow suit.
Yun nga alam mo, in one of the government agencies that I usually go to because meron tayong mga transactions doon. Meron na silang corner about DEI, no? A DEI corner and gender inclusivity corner. Talagang separate space 'yun, no? Sabi ko wala naman ito dati which is okay din naman na you need to be respectful of other people's identity and preference. Pero to have a specific corner instead of yan na ba yung priority ng mga government agencies ngayon? Instead of focusing on the basic public service, improving the lives of the people, they want to be more politically correct. They again focus on looking good than focusing on doing good, worse while doing evil.
Yeah, well, kulang na nga yung classroom. Nadagdagan pa yung ng additional CR. May third CR. But, so, alam mo yun? Kasi, truth of the matter is, going towards yung gender inequality conversation naman. I'm anti that. No? I mean, I have friends also who
Mm.
are LGBT, and like I dapat politically correct tayo kasi so
Mm.
alam mo, pero the thing kasi about this then is because when you're with the scary thing about cancel culture, pag maingay, they know how to push the buttons din kasi of the government eh.
Mhm.
Government, they just don't want, ayaw nila ng gulo, 'di ba?
Mhm.
They don't want messy ano. So what do people do when they want the government to act? They push those buttons. They
Mhm.
start to, yun nga, cry foul, cancel culture, creating this echo chamber of, hindi, kami yung tama, agree kami lahat, 'di ba? And then maingay kami, we're gonna make a scene and make sure that everyone notices us. And then yun nga, like what do our government leaders do? They just give them what they want. Kasi ayaw natin ng gulo eh.
I think no, yung perfect example of this is our feminists.
Mm.
Yes.
So these people, they cannot define what a woman is. Then
Mhm.
they are not really fighting for women's rights. So
Mm.
men in women's sports is not protecting the rights of women. Kasi
Mm.
lagi nila sinasabi, mga trans pwede sa women's sports. No. Grabe, sobrang layo ng physical strength ng
Mm.
isang lalaki versus biologically male versus a biological female, 'di ba? So, I don't know ano talaga pinaglalaban ng mga feminists actually. Kasi there will come a time na even in women's sports, men are the ones who are reigning supreme.
Mm.
So, nasan yung feminism doon, 'di ba? Parang sobrang ironic ng nangyayari.
Yeah, pero at the same time, going to that, no, in the same way that there are sports that are male dominated, there are
Yeah.
also sports that are female dominated, 'di ba?
Yes.
Like when you think about volleyball, for example, at least at a local level, alin yung mas heavily watched? Yung female category ng volleyball,
Exactly.
'di ba? Why?
Ah,
Because that's the sport that fits uh your biological makeup, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And ganun din with kasi maraming nagsasabi na ay unfair naman, mas maraming men in engineering. There should be more women in engineering and tech and all of this. But the thing is, if you look at nurses, majority of nurses are female. So it's
Yep.
not a matter of who who is equality in this. No, it's not that. It's about playing specific roles then, which
Yep.
again also something that the woke culture doesn't want. Na don't stereotype. I'm not saying naman na wag tayong kumuha ng engineer na babae. There are gonna be engineers na babae na magaling, but doesn't mean that they have to be the majority all the time.
Yeah.
It's not even a good measure of representation. Honestly, there are better ways to represent. And like ako naman kasi, like this is just my own thinking, no, I would rather be the minority if it helps me to stand out. Kasi if I look for a job, tapos makita ng tao na, uy, engineer, babae, eh di mas magsa-stand out ka. I can use that, if I were a woman in engineering, I use that to my advantage na, oh,
Mm.
sige, di ba? So, again, victim mentality eh. This is a crime against me. Versus na, no, 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 this is actually an opportunity in disguise that I can use to
correct.
to advance my career.
Yeah. Equality, not sameness.
Yes.
Equality, not sameness. So we can have equal rights, but we don't need to be the same because the biological composition of a man and woman are different. That's why we have different roles in the society. So we cannot combine people who will play boxing with trans and and a woman, matatalo ang babae doon. Just like what happened, the controversy that happened the Olympics boxing, women's Olympic boxing, yung nanalo, I think he was disqualified, di ba, Ram?
Mm.
Alam mo ba yon?
Yeah, but I'm not familiar, but ang ano lang din, no? Did you hear about any trans man joining men's sports? So
Wala.
from a
No,
girl to a boy joining men's sports, wala, 'di ba?
wala.
Wala.
Good point.
Wala, 'di ba? As in zero. And
Mm-mm.
hindi ko alam kung meron pero as far as I know, wala pang ganun, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Agree.
because
Good point.
the goal isn't equality for them. It's just winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So winning an argument. Yeah.
It's about these kinds of extreme woke ideologies is actually destroying our institutions and society. Again, no, we need to focus on merit. Ang nangyari, hindi eh. No, hindi na sila nagpo-focus on merit. They just need to check, are you a woman? Are you trans? Are you a colored person? Are you Asian? 'Di ba? Tinitingnan nila yung kulay mo, yung gender identity mo before they will, for example, hire you in a specific job. And in sports, no, ganun din, no? Nagkakaroon ng injustice and unfairness sa sports because of this kind of mentality. Maganda yung point mo, Ram, about the trans man. Definitely, a trans man in a men-dominated sports, like for example, basketball, no? NBA, lalagay mo trans man doon. Naku, kakainin yan ng ng mga malalaking muscular men. No, that is very, very important. No, we need to go back to that the about nature. We need to respect our nature. As men and women, it's very important to accept and realize that we have differences and we have strengths and weaknesses that are not the same. No? Even in relationships, Patrick, no, you cannot expect the woman to always be logical. No, you cannot always think that your woman will suddenly be kind to you because you were correct. No, because basically women are emotional beings. No,
Yeah.
they're not logical. Yeah, you want to say something?
Wala akong comment dyan kasi may asawa ko.
Ako rin. Kinoment
No,
ko na.
yeah, pero I mean, also on top of that din, wag na lang natin pag-usapan yung gender, no? Kahit within your gender na lang din. Let's talk about two men, comparing two men.
Mm.
Sabihin natin, Dexter and Patrick. Dexter knows more about like legal stuff than Patrick.
Mm.
Kaya nga, may mga questions ako na legal. Ikaw yung tinatawagan ko, ikaw yung tinatanong
Mm.
ko. Because that's your natural gifting. And also something that you spend time developing over the years. There are strengths in like ako, if I compare myself with my friends na extrovert, ako introvert ako, there are things that they're gonna be more naturally good at than I am. Being able to network, being able to talk to multiple people at once. Hindi ko kaya yun kasi as an introvert, there is a limit to the number of people I can, like if you let me talk to 2 to 3 people, I can have a deep conversation. But if you have me talk to 50, 100 people, nako, I'll be exhausted after a conversation. That's the because that's also my I don't want to call it a strength or a weakness because that's just your nature. And it's just a matter of maximizing what you're naturally good at. I've definitely given up on my dreams and aspirations of being a professional basketball player. Bakit? Kasi wala ako. No matter how much I eat, this is still my body type. Alam mo yun, it's never gonna happen. And I can cry foul and say, yan kasi yung mga basketball player ngayon, Kasi yung PBA, ganito, ganyan. Or I can just suck it up and say, you know what, that's not the route for me. And I look for something else I'm good at. And I
Yeah.
think if you think about it that way, no one cries foul when you have that kind of thinking.
Mhm.
So why should you cry foul if that becomes an issue between two genders?
Correct.
Ang ano rin, no, connecting to what you have said, Patrick, yung, for example, yung Philippine sports natin, we are focusing so much on basketball. Pero, ang genetics natin, we cannot even compete for basketball kasi hindi tayo matatangkad na tao.
That's why we
So,
import.
oo, ang dami nga nating naturalized, like si Justin Brownlee. Egoy na egoy, pero ginawang Pinoy, di ba? Ang ang mahirap kasi doon, we are not focusing on what we are good at. So for
Yes.
instance, no, si Wesley So, napabayaan. Ngayon,
Sa chess.
he's an American citizen. Pero nakakatalo siya ng mga grandmasters sa US, right? Alam ko nanalo na rin siya, no? In a
Against
tournament
Magnus
na
Carlsen.
against Magnus. Diba? So yun, sayang din na we are so focused on the sports na alam natin medyo malabo tayo mag-excel. Pero, kaya tayo ganun kasi nandun yung pera. Nandun yung pera. Let's face it.
Yep.
Pag minarket ng mga businessmen yung mga basketball player, mabilis yung pera. Mabilis yung return. Whereas kung di kasi marketable ang chess dito eh. Kung yung market mo ang chess, walang pera dyan, diba? So, yun. Sad state. So, ano pa rin? Money player pa rin. Kung saan ang pera, nandun ang focus.
Yeah, I think also, like, one thing I realized, no, speaking of money, it's just so funny kasi, like, most of the time, the more right-wing people are the people who are businessmen. Because we understand na, you really, in some way or another, you really have to follow the money. Not because it pera-pera lang, but also because you're realizing that that's just the way that, you know, the world
Reality.
works. Like, WNBA versus NBA, for example. Gusto nila yung sahod ng WNBA players pareho sa NBA
The same.
players. It doesn't make sense. How can that be? The team owners will go bankrupt kapag tinapatan yung sahod ni LeBron James and Steph Curry. Why? Because they're not bringing in the crowds eh. Well, now at least in some way or another, meron ng Caitlin Clark who's bringing in the crowds and all of that, na excite na ulit ng tao. Pero yun, I mean, that's
Exactly.
how it makes sense. But before, you tell me na kailangan millions din yung sahod ng players pero they're only bringing in 10-20% of the crowds of the male category, then no, I mean definitely doesn't make sense. However, you go to a different industry where that's like female dominated, parang all of a sudden, oy, wag nyo nang, di ba? Like for example, actresses, like also at the same time, like female actresses, generally are more well paid than male actors. Kasi it's a good like industry for a female actress. They're like, if you look at the female category, it's more
Marketable.
it's and also like in the awards category, mas tight yung competition kasi maraming magagaling na female actress talaga. Because they're good at that because they can take on a character, they can take on a role, they can internalize better. So it's just a matter of that's where the demand is for, and that's where you're naturally good at. So you just have to accept it as it is, no? And there are some things that you can challenge. There are some things that you just can't challenge because it's just natural law.
Alam mo, Patrick, no, naalala ko yung sinabi mo. You know OnlyFans?
No, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Ikaw, Ram, you know OnlyFans? OnlyFans, kumikita ng multi-million dollars sa OnlyFans are not men, but
Babae.
women. And then the question popped up, dapat pareho lang. Kasi nag-OnlyFans lang, ano eh, ang other men eh. Pero who brings the revenue sa OnlyFans? It's women. No, you cannot demand us, for example, nag-OnlyFans ako, na I also earn multi-millions from OnlyFans because, we should be equal. No? Equality, equality of salary. No? Yan ang sinasabi nila na equity, equality of outcome instead of equality of opportunities. It's a small difference, but it's huge, 'di ba? You have an equal opportunity to earn, pero the outcome may not be equal. You have an
Right.
equal opportunity to show your craft, for example, in OnlyFans as a man. But that doesn't mean that you can compete with the equality of income that a woman gets from OnlyFans.
Right.
Kasi multi-million yun. Ang kita
Yeah.
ng mga babae doon.
Yeah, another example, yung hindi tayo alanganin kay Mrs.
Hmm.
Hindi, yung jobs that require attention to detail, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Normally, it's women who really excel in that category. Yung like you look at yung mga COOs ng mga tech companies most of the time, babae, like si Sheryl
Mm.
Sandberg of Meta,
Mm.
because you need detail oriented talaga because you need to see the day-to-day operations. Alam mo 'yon. Kami ni
Mm.
Ces ganun din. Like she's attention to detail. Bar none talaga in our partnership because there's no way I'm gonna salaries of our staff parang tatanungin sa tatanong sa akin, ganito ba dapat yung salary? Ako di ko alam eh. Check mo na lang. Kasi I don't know the details or ano ba yung laman ng contract mo with this client? Di ko na maalala eh. Check mo na lang yung contract. Pero you ask Ces like a specific like detailed question and she will like 99.9% of the time she can remember
Remember.
and she can lay it out in like a very organized manner. Kasi yung nga, attention to detail. That's the reason why like there are more female secretaries. Why? Because their attention to detail is also yun nga lang, I mean in some way or another, that's also the reason why the pay gap is because well, admin work normally is lower compared to leadership roles.
Mhm.
Pero that's the fact of the matter. Like probably another like example of a job that takes more attention to finance. Like when you talk about accounting, financial reporting, ayun, normally babae din yung parang that will
Cashiers, tellers.
yes, yeah, exactly. Tellers in banks, 'di ba? I mean, most of the time they're it's women that are taking care of that. Uh, I'm not so sure about the sciences. I don't know if there's any like data on that. Pero in my personal experience, sa mga circles kasi I went to a science school, yung mga classmates ko na who become like researchers and data analysts, most of the people I know in that space are women. Because because they're really good at details.
Prevalent din, no? For females are modeling. For
Yes.
example, Victoria's Secret. Di ba?
Mm.
May lalaki ka bang makikita doon? Pero in terms of money, female models earn more than male models. Solely because they are bringing in the money rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Whereas, kanina, no, yung WNBA. Actually, if we bring in equality, baka nga dapat hindi sila sumangot because the WNBA is losing money.
Hmm.
So, it's being reimbursed by the profits coming from NBA. So,
Yeah.
subsidized siya. It's a subsidized league. Kung walang NBA, they cannot support WNBA. So, ganun siya. Ganun siya kalala in terms of business perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
If they want equality on that end.
I want to shift our discussion to in relation to wokeism, human rights. This issue has plagued not only our country but other countries, no. The the protection, ano bang human rights ang pinoprotektahan natin? The human rights of criminals or the human rights of victims? No, although both have rights, but for us, it's common sense. It's not equal. No, itong si Elon Musk and the president of El Salvador described this issue clearly. So pakinggan natin tong si Elon. Anong sinabi niya?
See is what I call shallow empathy. Like people have empathy for the criminals, but not empathy for the victims of the criminals.
Yes.
And so if you simply have, and I believe one should have deep empathy to say, like, what is the greater good for society? Is it better to incarcerate violent criminals and prevent them from hurting people, or to let them loose and allow those people to be hurt? And I think the latter is much worse. What I see is what I call shallow empathy.
See, that's one. And there's another video from the president of El Salvador who has transformed El Salvador from a very violent and criminally uh you know problematic country into a peaceful country.
What about the human right of a woman not to be raped? I mean, what about the human right of kids to, to play or to be free or to, go to the park? And what about the human right to live or the human right to walk in the street, right? But no, they were worried about the human rights of the killers.
Siguro, no, this is a matter of it's looking right versus doing what is right. So,
Mm.
yun, parang may over, ano tayo over accommodation for to look right. Like, alam mo yun,
Virtue
yung
signaling.
we are accommodating so many due processes kunwari sa mga illegal immigrants sa US. Pero in the first place, they are there illegally. Then what do you expect? Will they be given due process? Kung in the first place, dun pa lang technically dapat wala na sila sa US. So I don't know ano yung logic na in-apply para sabihin they have the right for due process when in the first place they should not have been there in
Yeah,
the US.
it's illegal.
I think
So yun.
it goes back to the victim mentality. No?
Mm.
Kasi when you talk about human rights, it's the person with the best pity story that
Mm.
will garner the most sympathy and who will probably get favor from a justice perspective. And well, in some way or another, yes, you like when you talk about the justice system kasi meron talagang factor, diba, when it comes to like the storyline that you plot out. Usually yun nga parang diba like Dex, like ako, I'm not a lawyer, I just watch crime series. Pero normally yung opening statement mo tsaka closing statement malakas kasi you have to paint the story of the defendant and the one who's being accused of the crime. So parang it's very narrative based, it's very storytelling. It's still very feelings based. And I think if in some way or another, yes, talagang you cannot remove the human aspect to human rights. Kasi nga, human rights
Mm.
di ba?
Yeah.
But you also have to be careful, sana, na hindi siya masyadong parang pa-sub-story effect na lang palagi. Na, kawawa naman, immigrants yan, di ba? May isang video, di ba, na kumakalat na, oh, my mom just got deported and I probably might never see her again. And, pero, illegal alien eh. Kung Pinoy yan, tinawag na yung TNT, tapos pinaalis na yan. Pero bakit kung Mexican, iba yung story? Kasi, yun nga, it's because of the narrative that's painted. Na, well, some way or another. Like, I mean, like, if you wanna be technical about it, then, I mean, it's no question. I mean, of course, wag naman sana heartless na tanggalin lang. I mean, dapat it has to be done in a humane manner. Dapat in some way or another, wag sanang violent lagi. But doesn't remove the fact na there was a wrong done also on the part of the illegal immigrant. And we cannot let's just look at it plainly and see it as that. They committed something that a crime.
Illegal.
It is a crime. It's illegal, yeah, it's a crime. And well, sa totoo lang, buti na lang na dineport, 'di ba? In some way, if you wanna be a bit more stern about it, sana in-imprison mo na yan tapos i-deport after. Pero yung ginagawa ngayon is just straight deportation.
Yeah, kasi in connection with that, let's keep that thought in mind. It's not only about illegal immigrants. For example, violent criminals, drug lords, drug pushers. No, you cannot just implement those soft stance na makiusap, na parang you should be always humane in arresting them. You know that in reality, these people are very violent. In the United States, the reason why also the police officers are very big, strong, and intimidating kasi lumalaban. Lumalaban ang mga kriminal. Lumalaban ang mga kriminal sa mga pulis. Sinusuntok, nagsasabunot, kung walang armas nakikipagsuntukan ng pulis dyan. Before they can arrest them, unlike here in the Philippines, mas passive pa tayo eh. Pag na-aresto ka, you will comply. Nakita mo ba? You check on videos, and even when I was in the US, iba yung ugali ng mga Patrick, if you have personally, I saw in Starbucks, nagsira ng mga baso, pinagbabasag. Itim ito yung mga baso, sabi ko, wala pa ako nakitang ganun sa Pilipinas, kaya pala ang lalaki ng mga pulis dito. Kasi they need to be strong to be able to subdue these kinds of people who are troublemakers. And imagine if they are armed. They will fight. They will even kill you if you don't protect yourself.
Yeah, right. And yeah, I mean, kung crime kasi like criminals, no. Yun nga, I mean, like, it's easy to empathize and sympathize from afar. Pero sige nga, try natin sige, invite mo nga sa bahay.
Dali lang mag-virtue signal. Yeah.
Diba? Iwan mo sa mga anak mo. Sa kanya, yung mga anak mo. Diba?
That's a good test. That's a good test. Diba? Tama yun eh. Ito, pakinggan natin ulit I'll share a video. Okay. In the US, they had like 10 million, they allowed, for the past 4 years, they allowed 10 million illegal immigrants to come in. Ngayon, mapapaisip ka, bakit nila gagawin yun sa bansa nila? Alam mo, they were prepared for it. These people, they educate the young children about no human is illegal. They're preparing them to accept it. The gender inclusivity and preference being taught in schools in California, for example, they are preparing the next generation to be accepting of it. The previous administration allowed illegal immigrants. Ito yun.
administration sent any possible money that they could if there was money they could send to facilitate and amplify illegal immigration, they sent it. Okay, they took money from FEMA meant for helping Americans in distress and sent that money to luxury hotels for illegal immigrants in New York. That is an outrage.
Yeah.
They actually did that. And not only that, even after the president signed an executive order saying it has to stop, the FEMA, the sort of whatever deep state bureaucrats still pressed send on $80 million last week to go to the Roosevelt Hotel in New York and other places last week.
It's
And now they're mad that it got stopped, and they're like trying to sue to have it be restored. It's like the gumption is
You think they're
unreal.
creating a new voter class? Would you think that was the goal when they open up the
Yes.
borders for 4 years? Create a new voter class, get them citizenship, get them in.
Yeah,
green cards, vote.
A lot of these things, like you don't actually have to assume some grand conspiracy. You just need to look at basic incentives.
Benefits.
So if the incentives, fundamentally, if the probability that an illegal is going to vote Democrat at some point, whether it's cheating, but eventually they can become citizens. But if the probability is like 80, 90%, just look at California, which is supermajority Dem, and then the incentive is to maximize the number of illegals in the country. That is why the Biden administration was pushing to get in as many illegals as possible and spend every dollar possible to get as many, because every one of them is a customer, every one of them is a voter.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing was a giant voter importation scam.
Pretty obvious.
Very obvious.
Yeah.
And then moreover, then they actually created the CVP1 voter app thing where they were, which is like where they would literally fly people in. It's not like like at the point at which people are being flown in at your expense.
Sending planes.
Like building a
pick people
wall
up,
doesn't
fly
matter.
them over the border.
Yeah, they're literally flying them in.
No other country in the world would do something like this. Nobody is this stupid.
Yeah, and then we found that there was like $100 million contract given to some guy in London, actually, oddly enough, for the CVP1 app. So they're flying illegals into the swing states.
Yeah.
And if you've got like a margin of victory of maybe 20,000 people, and you fly 200,000 illegals into that state, it's not going to be a swing state for long.
Change the numbers eventually. Maybe in 4 or 8 years, you're talking about
It's just a
perpetual
matter
power.
of time.
It's a long game.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So it might take like a year for an asylum seeker or something to get a green card, and then 5 years for the citizenship. It's an investment that is guaranteed to pay off.
Yeah.
Just a question of when.
They all remember who brought them in and who left them here.
Exactly.
See? That's what they're doing. That's why they're educating the next generation to be accepting of illegals. They call it, no human is illegal. Pero basically, okay lang yan kahit may illegal immigrants tayo. Because these people, they want to stay in power.
Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. And you know what? Yung illegal immigration, also who it's unfair towards? The legal immigrants.
Exactly. Yung mga
Kasi-
naghirap ng kumuha ng green card.
Kaya nga eh. Alam mo, parang naalala ko lang, one time, punta kami ni Ses sa Kota Kinabalu. Alam nyo kung saan yan, di ba? Yung Kota Kinabalu. Yung Malaysia siya, pero Borneo. So, it's right under the Philippines. So, malapit lang from, if you cross from Zamboanga or Tawi-Tawi, I think. Kaya siyang i-boat. Pero, syempre, lumipad kami. So, we flew from Manila ba or Cebu? Basta, lumipad kami. Manila, we flew through Manila for our anniversary. So, punta kami doon for our 10th anniversary. And then, yun, dumating kami doon. Basically, bought tickets, booked hotel. And then, we went to one of the mosques na open for tourism. Tapos, yun, umikot kami sa loob. Tapos, paglabas namin, syempre, mainit. So, bumili kami ng tubig. So, nung bumili kami ng tubig, yung nagbebenta, nag, nagtanong sa amin, Sir, Pinoy kayo? Yes, Pinoy kami. Kasi hindi malaman kasi yung Malaysian kamukha tayo. So, sabi niya, Pinoy rin ako yung nagbebenta ng water. Sir, paano kayo napunta dito? Air Asia. Aeroplano ba yan, sir? Oo, sige. Oo, yan. Tapos ano yung route? So, essentially, parang tinanong namin. So, kayo po, ate, paano kayo nakarating dito? Ay, sir, nag-backdoor kami. Alam mo, I was just, laughing it out, parang pag-usapan namin ni Ses. Actually, hindi niya sinabi na backdoor. I mean, pero like, parang may ibang implication na sinabi na parang nagets namin, okay, nag-backdoor to via Mindanao. Pero like when I really thought about it, parang nainis ako na kami bumili ng ticket, kumuha ng passport, we went through the immigration process, we followed the law, and then kayo nagpa-TNT lang, di ba? So, sabi ko parang nakakainis naman. So, and then sasabihin sa'yo na, sir, kawawa naman kami kasi ganito, ganyan. Mahirap lang naman kami. Like, you know what? When we started traveling outside of the country, mahirap din kami. Like, we had to save, we had to scrimp, we had to, yun. It's not an excuse na just because you're lacking of privilege that you will just cheat the system. Mali yan, mali. No matter what angle you look at it from, mali pa rin. And sayang kasi it would have been an opportunity for you to say, I'll go through the due process kahit mahirap. Kasi ang sarap ng feeling after na nakuha ko yung reward na tama yung proseso.
Rob.
Actually, to add, no, hindi lang yung mga legal immigrants yung dehado, pati yung mga locals. Because they are the ones sustaining the illegals, di ba? So isipin mo, no, you are paying your proper taxes, then malaman-laman mo, it's being spent on illegals. So parang napaka-unfair sa mga locals, sa mga nakatira talaga doon.
Tama.
So,
Yeah. Alam mo yung nangyari sa US, meron silang dineport na El Salvadorian ng gang member. And they don't want to label it as an illegal immigrant. They just called him a Maryland man. No? Kasi otherwise mabublow yung cover nila. A senator went to El Salvador just to try to pick him up and then bring him back home. Bring him back to the US, not home, no? Ganon kalala ang virtue signaling sa United States. And then they asked this senator, what money did you use? Well, it's a congressional trip, so basically it's taxpayers' money. Again, it was funded not from his personal, money, but from the taxpayers, which actually do not agree with him. Ganon sila kalala din doon. And now, nakikita natin yung ugaling ganyan, ginagaya ng mga Pilipino, which is not right, no, which is not good. Kaya nga, nagkaroon tayo ng problema. Instead of, for example, trying a certain consequential president like President Duterte in our country, bigla nating pinatalsik and, kinidnap at pinapunta abroad. All the basic denominator here is the perpetuation of power. Diba? The illegal immigrants will perpetuate the power who brought them in. Diba? Sabi nga nila, they even spend taxpayers' money to fly them in the United States. Alam mo, meron akong, dito, this is not about illegal immigrants dito sa Pilipinas. Nakipagkwentuhan kami sa kaibigan namin. Dito, one dinner. Nalaman nila yung kasama nila sa bahay, their cook, is going to Tacloban ba? Tacloban, Leyte. Free of charge just to vote. So how much is that just for the person to be able to vote? Libre ang pagkain mo at saka flight mo just, you know, to get that person into power. Does that make sense? 'Di ba? Bakit? Bakit mo kailangan gawin 'yon? Gastusin mo ang pera ng bayan para lang, bumoto yung tao.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Short.
may experience ka ba nun? Yeah, Patrick.
Yung ano lang, yung shortcut mentality, 'di ba? Kung ano yung madali. Ayaw natin na dumaan sa due process.
Yep.
Pero I don't know. Like, minsan napaisip lang talaga ako na talagang okay ba sa kanila yon na ginagawa nila. I mean, can they even sleep at night? Alam mo yun, parang,
Values.
values. Totoo. I mean, like, ako syempre, we can only see it from our perspective, no? Iba yung feeling na pinaghirapan mo like going back to the Kotak Kinabalu example. You know what really like calm me down? Hindi man ako sobrang galit. Pero like the thought lang talaga was like, okay lang kasi anniversary namin to. What makes it more meaningful to us is kasi we saved for it, we planned, pandemic pa yun pandemic times pa yun, 2022. So, dami pang requirements, restrictions. Parang, it made it more meaningful kasi we worked hard for it. Kung pa-shortcut na lang lagi, I think it makes it void of any fulfillment or satisfaction.
Yeah, I agree, no? Oh, so, yun nga, yun ang problema natin, no? Yeah. It boils down to, to the perpetuation, the love of money and power. Kaya tayo nagkakaproblema regarding this one, we use these virtue signaling woke ideologies not because they are good, no, but because they will promote our selfish and personal agendas, whether in business or in politics. Nagkakaroon tayo ng problema dito. And then ang ginagawa ng educational system, 'di ba, they perpetuate and they spread these ideologies in schools. In the end, unwittingly or wittingly, they are serving those who are in power to stay in power and be able to basically tyrannize a society or a country. So, ito guys, thank you for this good discussion. Unless you want to add something, Patrick, any
No.
last?
Siguro last thought, final thoughts na lang. It still boils down to what is good, what is right for your neighbor. I don't want to simplify it, but if there's like one final overarching thought that I think I really picked up from the conversation is just thinking about what's good for others. And I know sometimes it can get like the lines can become very blurry, when we think about that. But if we make that kasi the goal, na what's better for everyone involved. Like going to the illegal immigrants example, kasi yun yung parang last conversation natin. What is good for not just the illegal immigrants, but what's good for the legal immigrants? And yung nga, sabi ni Ram, yung also the locals. And even what's good for the illegal immigrants, is it really good for them to just allow them to come in? Like, in the grand scheme of things? Hindi. I mean, like, for all we know, I think it might be better to just send them home and, let them do it the right way. So, like, thinking about what's good for your neighbor can be a good barometer. Sometimes it will be harder to come up with a better conclusion or better decision. But if we try our best to make that the goal and remove the division of left and right, who's right, who's wrong, sino yung victim, sino yung ano yung accused, sino yung accused. If we remove all of that first, and let's just ask the question, what's good for as many people as possible? I think we can come up with better decisions that way.
Sige.
Rock.
So for me, no, yung wokeism is not bad, but if it's put into the extreme, doon talaga siya naging masama. And what also happens is nadadilute din yung mga importanteng usapin. Like for
Yep.
instance, no, if lagi tayong pa-victim, then yung mga totoong biktima, hindi natin talaga siya nasa surface. Kasi, uy, pa-victim lang ulit yan. Parang alam mo yan, nadadilute yung totoong concern. Yung for the real victims. No? So, yun. So, I think instead of wokeism, dapat talaga we own our lives, maging ano tayo, personally accountable sa nangyayari sa atin. So, yun. So, personal accountability versus wokeism. So, I'm leaning towards personal accountability.
Courage over conformity. Ayan, nasa t-shirt natin. By the way, we will send t-shirt for you, Patrick. No, courage over conformity. And then the practice of virtues of honesty, justice, fairness, and patience. Just like with the illegal immigrants example, patience lang. Follow the law. No, don't do shortcuts. Um, Honesty, being honest with yourself and with your neighbor, and fairness. Is it fair? No. Is it fair to have a trans man or trans woman in women's sports? Diba? Those are just fairness. Is it fair for you to get paid the same as the person who's bringing in most of the money in a company or in an organization? Is that fair? No. And then the acceptance of our roles and strengths and weaknesses. No, we are different. We are different people, even the same gender. Sabi mo nga, Patrick, we have differences, we have different expertise. Mas lalo na regarding in between sexes. No, so we need to respect that. We need to respect nature or whatever God gave us. For those who are not religious, whatever nature the universe gave us, we need to respect and accept that and appreciate. Kasi when you have gratitude in your heart, there's no room for victimization. There's only room for your no taking personal responsibility over your life. So thank you very much, guys. We were able to discuss this important topic, and in our next session, we'll discuss another topic that may be related to this one, or anything that is very important in uplifting inspiring other people and uplifting our society, especially our country.